Good evening. This is Andy Earls. We are live here in beautiful Salem, Arkansas. This is the junior high football scrimmage, Corning at Salem. We apologize. We had some technical difficulties there getting set up, to say the least. Man, we're learning a lot. That's what we're here for. It's a scrimmage for the football team. It's also a scrimmage for us. We apologize. Like I said, we missed the first drive here of the Corning Junior High Bobcats. They started at their 35-yard line and I believe drove all the way to the opponent's 30-yard line. I believe you're getting 10 plays here on these scrimmages. We are going to go to play-by-play now on looks like the Salem side of the field here at the 31-yard line. And we're going to give you a little bit of action there from the cameras. I'll do a little bit of play-by-play, then I'm going to go down and do a little different camera action, so you'll lose a little bit of the audio there. But, again, we are short-staffed tonight. We apologize. Corning on their first drive did a great job of running the ball between the tackles. Tried to bounce out a few times and had some issues there, but offensive line sure looked good there, though. And, of course, this year for Corning, we got a brand-new head coach, Coach Larry Treadway. We plucked him from Walnut Ridge. I think that was a heck of a hire. I don't know who is responsible for the hiring over at Corning, if it's one person or a group, but I'd give him an A+ on that. When I first met the man, I said either he's a really good salesman, I'm extremely gullible, or he's the right man for the job, and the more I talk to him, I think it's the latter. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called here by the Corning Bobcats. And we're going to take a second here to kind of time out, too, and get our cameras and stuff working, and also our audio. We appreciate you joining. This is Corning Sports Report's live coverage of junior high Bobcat football here in beautiful, beautiful Salem, Arkansas. And we're bringing back the audio here for you as Salem runs up the middle for looks like a gain of 1 there. Bobcat defense looks good there, especially the interior there, defensive line. We want to say thank you, man, to all the sponsors, everyone who supported us. This has been unbelievable. We literally started this idea about, 3 weeks ago, Colton, probably? And here we are 3 weeks later, and we're live streaming football games. It's crazy to think, but, guys, without you guys, we couldn't have done it. The support from our sponsors has been unbelievable in a short amount of time, and we just can't say thank you enough as Salem takes center here with a two-back formation. Looking to pass to the right side on a fly route. He's open. He hauls it in for the touchdown. Just simply burned the defender there. One-on-one, no safety help, and ball was placed in a good position there. He had good enough protection there. That'd be 6 for Salem. Obviously, in a scrimmage here, we wouldn't be keeping score, but from my understanding from the guys up in the booth, both teams are getting 10 plays of offense. And then they'll essentially start back over from the 35-yard line as Salem is going for what looks to be a 2-point conversion here. And I apologize on the audio, guys. I am literally working a camera in trying to do this at the same time, so y'all bear with me here. As Salem runs to the outside, breaks a tackle, trying to get to the end zone, and he's there. Good effort by the Bobcat defender. They're not giving up the ball on the play there. But they did score. Successful 2-point conversion there by Salem. If we were keeping score, that'd put Salem Greyhounds up 8-0 over our Corning Bobcats. Our new look Corning Junior High Bobcats. We got another assistant coach down there that's brand new to the Corning Bobcats. That would be Gunnar Cook. We plucked him just a few miles from Hoxie, actually right across the road there, bordering towns. And Gunnar's been a great addition to the staff. Obviously, Tyler Golden is, a wonderful human being and a good coach. And he's kind of the reserved, quiet one of the bunch, which is fine. You need that. You need a good mix. And Trevor Poe, you'll see him on camera. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in down there right there. You'll see his antics every once in a while. He gets hyped up now. We get a chance to catch out on camera, we're definitely going to do it as the Bobcats are going to take over here on their second possession. And we've got some confusion here with what we're doing. It looks like Salem is going to take over. It's like in basketball, like a make it, take it. You know what I mean? We apologize. We're not even sure what's going on here with the junior high scrimmage and how this is working, but we were told 10 plays each. But Salem's going to get the ball again here with a 1st down and 10 from their own 35 under center. Takes a snap, hands off to his left side. He's brought down immediately, and I mean immediately at the line there by the Bobcats. And that looked like Colton Green down there. And Ethan Jordan's the one who got the initial push to push the offensive lineman back into him. And then Colton Green obviously came up and cleaned it up. And now we've got looks like a change. Maybe a timeout. Either way, we're taking a break either way. I'm going to take a break from the audio here for just a second and try to get this camera figured out. Normally I won't be the camera guy, so you won't have these awful shots here you're getting from me. I apologize. So. Tell me one. All right, guys, different set of circumstances here. We're essentially going to do 10 downs at times, 8 downs at times, bringing the second unit. It's extremely confusing. We apologize. As the Bobcats take over here on their own 35-yard line. Great run up the middle there. That looks like that was Jonathan Swint. I mean, right up the middle, slicing and dicing his way to a great gain there. I'm going to cut off from the audio here and really work on this camera, guys. All right, guys, apologize there. Just trying to get a little bit of camera action. We were really, really short-staffed. I'm trying to work the main camera in, do some audio here, and it's just it's really, really tough, so we apologize about that. We're back on here, though. Again, man, a beautiful, perfect day for some football, by the way. A little warm, but that's okay. It's supposed to be about this time of year, so definitely short-sleeve weather. Bobcats out there in their white jerseys with gold numbers and gold trim on the black pants. We set up in almost a dead T formation with two split out. Takes a snap right the middle. Ethan Jordan hits a guy, keeps moving, chopping his feet, gets some extra yards. Man, he was met at the line of scrimmage there and gained probably 4 or 5 there, and is going to move the chains. Fantastic job about getting low, lowering his shoulders, and chopping them feet. So many kids at that age, when they get that first initial contact, that first wrap up, they kind of give up on it, and they kind of fall down essentially. And he kept chopping his feet there, and that gained him an extra 3 or 4 yards. Fantastic run there by Ethan Jordan. As the starting quarterback, Landon Lucas, looks like he's coming out here. Just getting a little bit of information there from Mr. Tyler Golden. And it looks like we're going to have a change of possession here. It's going to go back to Salem. Let's see what the Bobcat defense can do. See if they can atone for the last series. As Salem drove down the field and threw up just a beautiful fly route on the far side there for a touchdown earlier. And converted their 2-point conversion. Beautiful green grass. Got the mountains in the background. Couldn't ask for a better setting for some football here tonight. As Salem takes over, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit on the camera, work on it a little bit. It looks like there might have been a false start there by Salem on the right tackle. We'll see what the call is here. I'd have to say a false start there. Yeah, prior to the snap, false start on the offense. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. They'll set them back 5 more yards. They'll walk it back. He's counting. He's making another step. I wonder if he's looking at the lines or if he's truly counting his steps. I've always wondered that. I got to get down there and ask him that at halftime. I'll move this camera over here just a little bit. Guys, again, thanks for joining us. I don't know how many we got right now. Obviously, we'd love to have you here. Absolutely love to have you here. When these kids have support, it's on a different level for them, I promise you. They hear that crowd, I guarantee you. But if you can't be, we'd love for you to join us live as you are now. As Salem goes under center here. We're blitzing up the middle with a linebacker, Landon Lucas. He can't get there. Run up the middle, and a great job right there by the defensive tackle. That's Ethan Jordan. We just called his name a second ago on offense. Let's do it again on defense. He's a man on a mission right now. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty big old boy right there, Ethan Jordan. And he's got some big old calves. If Bart White's watching, Bart, look at that. I'm zooming in on him right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. We got to get him beside Bart White and see if we can compare there. All right, as Salem comes up here for second down and long. And when I say long, I mean 15 yards here. Under center, the handoff, half back. And again, the Bobcat defense is getting back there in a hurry. That time it was Colton Green with a shoestring tackle there, wrapped up, held on, brought him down. Defense looks a lot better this time, this go around. You're seeing some familiar colors from the opposite side there, the Salem Greyhounds, also black and gold. We've got a decent little crowd for a junior high scrimmage game this far away from Corning, to be honest with you. I don't know about everybody else, but from where we came from, it was about an hour and 45-minute drive. Oh, and a bobbled snap at the center. Is he going to land on it? He does. The quarterback did a great job of just getting down, not trying to do anything fancy with it. And they recovered it there, it looks like. Man, the penetration from the front line, those front 4 right there, and every once in a while we're pinning our ears back with a linebacker, bringing him on the inside, not the outside, the inside. And that is doing the job, and they don't have an answer for it yet at all. And this will bring up a 4th down. But again, we've been told a few things, 10 play drives, 8 play drives, first string, second string, so we're not really sure how many they're going to get here, and we apologize for that. As the Salem Greyhounds come back in formation, 2 wideouts, split to both sides. Dead eye behind him. He's going to toss out to the near side. He's got room. But Landon Lucas, oh my goodness, took the great angle, great pursuit, wrapped up, didn't get his head down, and drove him to the ground. Great job there. That play right there looked extremely dangerous at first, but the speed, the great angle and pursuit of Landon Lucas, and that's what you want your guy back there to do. When you've got a defensive back, a linebacker, a safety, whatever it is, you want them to take them good angles and get there as fast as they can and make a play. And if you can't, wrap him up. Next guy's going to be there for you. Great job right there. I'll tell you what, this Bobcat defense, whatever Coach Treadway and the gang said to them on that timeout, since then, it has really, really changed. And the snap. And it's just going nowhere. This defensive pressure from the front line is fantastic so far by the Bobcats. Again, a totally different story from the first drive. And they're really getting more aggressive, it seems like, than the first drive we watched, too. Obviously, we came on late a little bit there. And, again, if you're just joining us, this is Corning Sports Report's live coverage of Corning Junior High Bobcat football. This is the scrimmage game. It's a scrimmage game for the Bobcats, and it's also a scrimmage game for us. We keep on saying that because it's the truth. We're short-staffed and doing the best we can here. It's our first actual game action that we've had with the new system here that we've got. As Salem goes under center here. Looks like we're blitzing from both sides, inside as well. The handoff up the middle. He's going to gain about, looks like 4 or 5 yards there, right up the gut. I tell you what, timing and execution. That's all it takes. That's like the old dead tee right there. You almost don't even see the play happening. The snap, the handoff, everything was so quick there. Before you know it, he's 3 or 4 yards up the field. Great job by wrapping up, though, by the Bobcat defense there. And, again, there's our coaching staff right there. That's our new gang of coaches there this year. We've got 2 new ones and 2 familiar faces there. So, again, we're extremely happy to have this group. And I tell you what, another thing, too, about that is, talking to Coach Treadway, he's letting these guys, he's letting them really get in there, get their feet wet as far as being able to play call, scheme calling, whatever it may be. As a handoff to the right side, he's got room, but he's brought down there. And that looks like Damian Fife on the tackle there. I tell you what, that's an open field tackle right there and made it look easy. That's a heck of a job because he had some room over on the right side, the Salem running back did. But again, as we alluded to, these assistant coaches are getting more control than ever. Coach Treadway really wants these guys to learn the system, learn his system. And again, whether it's defensive schemes with Tyler Golden, whether it's Trevor Poe with the offense, and Gunnar Cook. Listen, he may have brought some stuff over from Hoxie too that may help us out as well. So we've got a good staff, a good versatile staff. We've got a timeout on the field here. We're actually going to take a timeout from the audio for just a second. I'm going to play with this camera and try to get good at this for you guys. All right, guys. I just want to take this time. We're taking a little bit of a break here. It looks like about another 7 or 8 minute break. So I just want to take this time again to, for those that are just joining, you're watching, I should say not listening to, you're watching and listening to, you're viewing Bobcat Football live on the Corning Sports Report. Again, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to everybody in the town that's been so gracious to us and so welcoming, and it's been awesome. You guys are fantastic. You know, it's no secret that we haven't fell in some hard times. And I'm not talking about the football program. I'm talking about our community. But to be honest with you, you guys have bounced back. And, you know, we've had some things happen, you know, some big businesses or whatever it may be that's left. And I tell you what, you guys are you're like Rocky Balboa. You're like the Italian stallion. You get hit and you just keep coming back. And that's fantastic. I tell you what, right now, there has been more pride around the town of Corning, not just for the football program, but for our community than there ever has been before. We got knocked down, but we didn't get knocked out, guys. All right, and that's fantastic. You guys are awesome. We've rallied around. We've came with ideas. We're all attacking things. We've got groups that have formed. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. You rallied around this. Again, we're just a few guys that we're nothing special. We're just trying to bring something to these kids, and you've rallied around that, and we just can't say thank you enough. But, man, you guys are awesome. I know, obviously, there's some times we don't all get along. You know, we don't all see eye to eye, but when someone's in need of help and when there's a good cause, man, you guys come together as one, and that is awesome. That is fantastic, and I just want to brag on you guys, and especially for the help you guys have given us. So we've got about 5 minutes left here in our break. Again, we apologize. We got here we got here early, but we had some issues getting set up here. So, and actually, thanks to the guys from Salem. These guys have been fantastic so far. Great hospitality. Man, the booth's got plenty of room. They got the AC on, and we got the window open, so we're taking from their AC. They don't even care. It's fantastic. So they've all been good to us. We appreciate them, Coach Wiggins and his staff as well, so for allowing us to come up here and bring this to you. So we love these kids, man, and we love our town. And honestly, we love doing this. This is kind of a passion. I love this stuff. I know Colton here by my side loves this stuff, and we enjoy it. And hopefully we're going to continue to keep bringing this to you at hopefully a higher level than tonight is what we're hoping for. And there will be. I think we've got 3 guys here tonight, but our first game we're scheduled to have 10 staff members, and we'll bring you a lot of different camera angles. We only got 2 tonight, and it's kind of awkward setup. They've got a press box with a roof above us that we can actually set up on, and we've got an inexperienced camera person up there. I love her to death. She's my little sister, Desi, but she's doing the best she can, and she's doing a good job. So I'm the one that's struggling. I'm trying to do the audio and camera, and I'm the person that's struggling. So when you see the camera shaking, that's me, not her. So, but we're very, very blessed to have the volunteers that come along as well, and we're excited to bring this to you. We've got about another 3.5 minutes. If you guys will stay here with us, I'm going to play around with this camera here, and maybe you guys can watch me. And we'll get back to action here for the junior high Bobcats scrimmage against the Salem Greyhounds, live from here in Salem, Arkansas, brought to you by the Corning Sports Report. And we'll take it off to our cameras now and do a little practice session here. All right, guys, as we essentially start the second half here of the junior high scrimmage. Again, bear with me here. I'm going to run the one of the cameras here while I do the audio as well. As Salem will take over from their 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there. But, again, essentially they will get upwards from 8 to 10 plays is our understanding. So try to get a little wide-eyed view here. Under center, gives to the fullback up front. And it looks like Ethan Jordan again. We keep calling his name. Ethan Jordan and Damian Fife there on the stop. In the first half, from our statistician upstairs, it looked like the Bobcats were led in tackles by Jonathan Swint, who had 4 tackles, and Ethan Jordan was right behind him with 3. It looks like Ethan Jordan just wrapped up his 4th one right there. So, again, the things I'm liking that I'm seeing is the aggressiveness from the linebackers, the defensive backs. When they see that handoff, they're not standing there. They're attacking. They're coming forward. And that defensive line is getting through as well, so you like to see that as well. It looks like that was a gain of maybe half a yard, maybe, at most. Under center. I formation looking to pass to the far side. He's got a guy open on a flyer again. Same thing, brings it in. Can the Bobcats run him down? Ooh, he got him. Nope, maybe not. Broken tackle there. And they're going to have another score on a fly route. It's tough. You know, at this age, it's tough to get a lot going on. They've ran the ball. Then all of a sudden they kind of, I don't know, sucker you in there, and they're going over the top like that. And we had a chance there at the end. Couldn't quite bring him down. Bentley Grubb did a great job, though, of actually getting there. I just couldn't quite bring him down there. But, hey, Salem's got a good quarterback. He's put the ball on target both times. And I think I just broke one of our cameras there. So I hope that's fixable. So that's the fun of this, though. I'm enjoying it as Salem goes for 2. Again, I formation. They got 2 split out to the far side. Looks like an issue on the snap, but doesn't matter anyways. They get the handoff off right up the middle to the left side over the left guard for a successful 2-point conversion. If you're keeping score at home, which I know in a scrimmage you don't, that'd be 16-0 in favor of the home team, the Salem Greyhounds. And again, guys, give us a little bit of feedback, especially on these cameras, because, again, we got a little bit inexperienced cameraman right here in me, and give us an idea of what's working, what's not working. The audio will get better. I promise the audio will get better. I'll have an opportunity to sit down and be able to do the audio without the camera, and we'll work on that, and we'll fix it. But the cameras is what we're worried about tonight, especially. And it looks like the Bobcats are going to be taking over on offense, obviously. Well, no, maybe not. We assumed again, and guess what? We were wrong twice. That's 2 strikes. 2 strikes, Colton. Salem will take over again, and again from their own 35-yard line. We're just essentially flipping the sides of the field here. And, I mean, honestly, the defense has looked good. A couple issues, obviously, in the secondary. You know, they're taking the bait on that play action, and it's hard not to, especially at this age. You keep seeing it over and over and over again, and all of a sudden it's a fake, and the guy's already by you, and there's nothing you can really do. Salem with a handoff to the fullback up the middle. He is wrapped up, brought down after a gain of 2. And that looks like number 25, Seth Owens, on the stop there. Good job by Owens there. Wrapped up and then dove to the ground. Brought him down. And again, we've got a camera up top, and then we've got a camera in the press box. Y'all let us know if you like the zoomed-in views a little bit or more of the wide angles. Again, this is for the kids and for you guys, so we want to make sure we can get y'all's approval on all this. So, 2nd down and 8 for the Salem Greyhounds. Handoff to the right side, breaks the tackle. He's still going. He's got an opportunity to take this all the way, and I think he is. They're not going to catch him. And, folks, that is a 64-yard touchdown run by the Salem Junior Greyhounds. Once he broke that first tackle, he's seen the daylight, and they had some great blocking out there by the receivers. And again, at this age, you don't see that very often. So it's a great job by the receiver out there blocking out that far. Good 20 yards down the field. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut away from the audio here again. I'm gonna try to get this camera figured out and give you some better shots here. All right, guys, we'll get back here with some audio. Sorry, again, trying to get used to this camera there. If you're keeping score at home, obviously, again, scrimmage game you're not, that would put Salem up 30-0 there as they go for two. And our understanding now is no matter what, if they score or not, they're getting 10 plays each drive. It's irrelevant if they score. Getting 10 plays. If they score twice, they score twice. Again, this is Salem going for two here. I formation behind center as a quarterback. Hands off to the fullback up the middle. And he is brought down. Great job right there by number 22, Hayden Cox. Great job getting in there, wrapping up, and hanging on. So that'll keep it at 30-0 in favor of Salem. Again, no time is on the clock. There's no score on the clock. Scrimmage game here for both teams, as well as us, as you're seeing. So. And Salem's got a running back that, man, obviously you've seen him a few times on here. Elijah Romine, and this kid, long strides. He's at top speed in about two of those. And once he gets out of there and gets some daylight, it's hard to run this kid down. Under center I formation again. It's a fake toss, bootleg. Is he going to throw? No, he's going to keep it. Down to the far side. He's got some room here. Cuts back in, makes a juke move, and he's going to be gone. And that is Dakota Jackson for Salem.
Number 4, Jackson on the carry. He'll run it all the way in for a touchdown.
That's just a fantastic individual effort there on the outside. You know, everything's going to your right side. If you're a Bobcat defender, you're seeing all that, and you're following it. Next thing you know, the quarterback, who has great speed as well, is already 20 yards down the field. That's really, really tough there. But, again, you got to give Salem credit. Great play call as well by the Salem coach, Clay Wiggins and the staff over there. Again, they're going for two here. That would put Salem up 36-0. If they make it, it would be 38-0. But I think the Bobcats going to get a stop right here. That defensive line's going to get some pressure and get back here and cause some havoc. Same formation we've seen on I formation. Two split out to each side. Under center, takes a snap. Fullback up the middle. He breaks one tackle, breaks an arm tackle, and he's in. That'll put Salem up 38-0. And our first game action of the year here in Salem, Arkansas. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Corning Sports Report's live coverage of Corning Bobcat football, junior high Bobcat football, as they are battling the Salem Greyhounds on Salem's home field here. And right after this game, we will be cutting out of this action, cutting out of the live stream, and then we'll be starting a new live stream for the senior high. So stick with us after this. We'll cut it out. We'll probably come back to me, a little final recap, cut it out, and then we'll go back to a new live stream, and that'll be the senior high live stream as they take on the same team here, obviously the Salem Greyhounds. And we'll talk a little bit about them here in a little bit as the Bobcats are under center. Takes a snap, handoff to the right side. He's going to be brought down by number 10 there of Salem. That's Hank Giltner. Swint was kind of in between there. Do I bounce it out or do I cut it up like the play's supposed to be? And it's tough as a running back because in your head you're thinking, man, I'm going to get in trouble if I do this, if I bounce this out. But it feels like there's room there, and there's a fine line there. And it's one of those things where if you're going to gamble and do it, you better pay off. As the Bobcats again under center, hand off to the left side. No room there. As Salem was in the backfield in a hurry, and I mean a hurry. Hayden Cox just didn't have an opportunity to get any daylight there. And it looks like Leighton Birmingham there for Salem on the tackle. And I think he was blitzing the full way from the outside. He pinned his ears back like it was a third down, essentially. If you'll look, all the Bobcats are looking down at a card there. That'll have scheme formation in the play call. I believe even the side it's going to. These boys are trying to stay in unison, and that's a good way to communicate there. Getting the snap up the middle. That's going to be Ethan Jordan, the fullback. He's got a little bit of yards, and, man, he's rumbling, tumbling, stumbling. That kid is hard to take down now, and he gets ahead of steam. Man, reminds me of an old NFL fullback, running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Allstott, WD-40, if anybody remembers that name. chopping the feet. Love it. That was a 3 or 4 yard gain there that probably shouldn't have gained a yard there, but that second effort, those big old calves that we talked about earlier. We're going to do it again. Why not? Up the middle, Ethan Jordan. And I believe he's got enough for the first down, and they're going to give it to him. That was well earned right there by the interior offensive lineman, Ethan Jordan. And I don't have Ethan's weight here or his height or anything like that, but I tell you what, he's pretty quick too and pretty elusive for a kid his size as well. Bobcats under center. Landon Lucas hands off to Ethan Jordan again. He's going to bounce it to the outside. He's got a little bit of room, and he's dragging defenders again. I tell you what, when he goes down, it's not one man that's taking him down. It's 3 or 4 of them. Great job by the left tackle and left guard there as well, giving him a hole to bounce out of there. And they are swarming, and they're having to swarm and gang tackle him essentially to get him down. So now we have not seen much well, actually, I don't think we've seen a pass yet by the Bobcats. It'll be really interesting. We've ran it up the middle quite a bit here. Maybe lower that safety up a little bit, get a little one-on-one on the outside. Going to get a toss to the near side here. And he's going to break one tackle, Swin is, but he's going to be brought down by the next one. It looks about back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of half a yard there. And this will be our third play here. Salem's got some pretty big boys up on that front line, and in their secondary, they're all pretty quick. It's going to be tough to break a long gain on these guys, I'd say. It's going to be about a 3rd and a long 4 here for the Bobcats. Handoff. It's going to be a toss to the left side to Hayden Cox. He cuts it in, cuts it out, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by number 7, Austin Caldwell. That's the freshman for Salem. We haven't named off that name earlier, but Austin was a running back earlier. He took 2 of them to the house of 60 yards plus. So you can't bounce around too much back there whenever he's lurking. And he is their middle linebacker. I seen him play a little bit of safety earlier as well. But I believe this is going to be one of our final plays here of this drive, no matter what happens. As Landon Lucas is under center, right up the middle. And it looks like, I don't know if that was the botch play or what that was, maybe a broken play there. And Landon just had to take the ball and do whatever he could with it there. He actually had a gain of about 2 or 3 there.
Number 8, Lucas for Bobcats. Brought down by number 59, Jackson.
And again, if you're just joining us, this is Corning Sports Report's live coverage of Corning Junior High Bobcat football. This is a scrimmage game here in Salem, Arkansas, as we're going to swap sides here, and I believe that was our 10th play of that drive. We appreciate you tuning in, and we appreciate the crowd here. We got a great crowd here for a away game this far out. It's a scrimmage in junior high. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So, guys, I'm going to go away for just a second here, okay? I'm going to try to work on this camera, and I promise I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back here with the audio. Again, we're short-staffed tonight, and we are trying to do everything we can here to get used to these cameras and at least get you some angles here of the action out here. As Salem is driving again. This is a very good junior high football team here they have at Salem, and they're a very good senior high football team as well, as we'll see later on. That'll be a great, great challenge, and as they always are in that 3-2A conference. And I think at this point in the game, it just seems like, man, you know, your defensive line, they've been really getting in there all night, and they're working, and maybe they're getting a little bit wore out, a little bit tired at this point. And before, whereas we were getting into the backfield here and getting some pressure back there, it's not quite happened as much now. I formation under center, give to the fullback. He makes a move to the right. He breaks a tackle, and he's still going. And he almost scores. He's down to the 1-yard line, I believe, if the side judge, depends on which side judge they go with there. And he was brought down by 3 or 4 Bobcat defenders there. Great hustle there. Swarming the ball. And again, this is the first game action, I believe, for either team, if I'm understanding right, for Salem or for Corning. Obviously, this is here to work the kinks out. You're not really keeping score necessarily. You're looking for certain things. You're trying out different, packages, different formations. Fumble on the snap, and he picks it back up. And that's the kind of day it's been so far for the Corning Junior High Bobcats. He was able to recover the fumble and take it right in for the touchdown. That'll put Salem up, I believe, 44-0 there for keeping score. Again, they're getting 8 to 10 plays at a time. We're getting some conflicting reports on how many. 8 to 10 plays at a time, no matter if they score or not here. So Salem will be going for 2. And essentially, we've seen the same formation all night, that I formation with the 2 split out to one side or 2 split out to each side. This time it's to the far side. Let's see if they give to the halfback, and they do to the left side. He's got a hole, and it looks like he is going to convert. It is good. The linebacker just couldn't quite get there fast enough. He did make the tackle, but just a hair too late, and that was Hayden Cox. Great job by filling the hole. Just couldn't quite get there fast enough. But again, their offensive line's what made that there, especially the left guard and left tackle. When you're pushing guys back 2 and 3 yards, it's tough. It's really tough for that second level to get up there and make a play. And we'll see. I believe Salem will have the ball again. I believe it will go to the 35-yard line. It looks like Corning's going to have the ball. So we struck out. We were wrong 3 different times when we were trying to guess, and we'll stop doing that, I guess, then. Let's see if the Bobcats can get something positive here. And they had a drive earlier in the game where they kept just plowing it up the middle. Nothing fancy, just kind of 3 yards in a cloud of dust, the kind of stuff you heard back when Coach Mark was around and Coach Walls. Let's see if we do that again. Hand off to the fullback up the middle, Ethan Jordan. He makes 2 guys miss, dragging a 3rd and 4th defender and a 5th defender. He's still going. Unbelievable. He may take it to the house, and he's going to. Put 6 on the board for the Bobcats of Corning. What a run by Ethan Jordan. My goodness. The man just won't quit. He will not go down. I think just about half of the Salem defenders had an opportunity to bring him down, and they could not bring him down. Fantastic run there by Ethan Jordan up the middle. My goodness, for 65 yards. And we've got some points. 46 now, I believe, for Salem. As the Bobcats will go for 2 here. Landon Lucas under center. Again, 2 wideouts to both sides. Wishbone. They kind of had a broken play there, if you will. Couldn't quite get the snap handled there, and of course, when you sit back there for a few seconds, that gives the defense enough time to come in and put a stop to that. They'll be stopped on the 2-point conversion, but man, an explosion, some dynamite there from Ethan Jordan. Fantastic run there for 65 yards. Again, guys, stick with us here. As soon as this game's over, we're going to cut this live feed, and we're going to get ready for the senior high scrimmage game, and we're going to start a new live feed, essentially. As we were live, again, if you just joined us, here in Salem, Arkansas, for the junior high and senior high football scrimmage. That didn't take long. Only took 1 play, so the Bobcats will still have their either 7 or 9 plays, I should say. Landon Lucas under center again. I'd like to see a pass before this is over with here. Handoff, Hayden Cox, he got a hole. Almost a first down there. 9 yards to the near side here. I'm sorry, that wasn't Hayden Cox. That was John Swint. Awesome job there by Swint for hanging on the ball with 2 hands there. And usually it's hard to run, and when you got it 2 hands, you kind of lose a little bit of speed. But, man, he was still booking it there. Great job. He hit the hole, didn't waste any time, no hesitation. You like to see that. And then pulled his head down there at the end to plow over the defender. Great job by Swint. There's a gain of 9. That'll bring up a 2nd and 1 for the Bobcats. They're waiting for the call here from Trevor Poe. And the snap. Toss to the near side here. Swint again. He's got a hole. Great blocking. Stiff arms the man. That's going to take 2, maybe 3 Salem Greyhounds to bring him down. And that'll be enough for a first down. And a gain of about 9 again for Swint. The Bobcats have found something here. Up the middle, up the middle, up the middle, and then toss it out. Again, now both teams are kind of going in and out with the first and second string teams here. Bobcats will have a new set of downs here, first down. Same formation, toss to the right side, Swint again, and those guys are blocking their tails off for him. And he hauls a defender who horse collars him there. Looks like a gain of 7, maybe 8 there by Swint. That's 3 plays in a row. Essentially, you know what's coming. They still can't stop it. The outside offensive line, the left tackle, left guard, the right tackle, the right guard are doing a great job of pushing their guys back and creating a hole there. And as you see Swint getting down there on his knees, he's tired. That's 3 runs in a row, and not just a 2 or 3 yard run. He's getting gas yardage at a time, 6, 7, 8 yards at a time. We'll see if they go up the middle here with Ethan Jordan maybe on this play. Give Swint a break maybe. Lucas under center. Back to Swint up the middle this time. Makes the guy miss. He's going to be brought down, but not before he gets a first down. This has been a promising drive that is preceding another promising drive for the Bobcats. They're getting pushed on the front line there, and the running backs are blocking as well. That's another thing about an offensive scheme like this. Your running backs aren't just running backs. They got to be good blockers too. They're essentially acting as fullbacks when they're not getting the ball, and that's imperative that they're able to pick up their blocks. If they pull the guard, he misses his man, he come back, gets him, breaks the tackle. That's Swint on the carry yet again. And positive yards yet again. I believe that was their 10th play total. And we are hearing that is going to be the end of the game, guys. Guys, we appreciate you joining us here live on the Corning Sports Report. We're going to cut this live feed, and then we're going to come right back with a senior high game, and hopefully we can add another camera as well to this one as well. So bear with us here. We're going to cut this feed. Again, come back live with another feed. We appreciate you guys joining us. And welcome back. We are live here in Salem, Arkansas, beautiful Salem, Arkansas. This is a Corning Sports Report's live coverage of Corning Senior High Bobcat football as they are in a scrimmage game against the Salem Greyhounds. First play from scrimmage, right up the middle, breaking tackle, spinning, slicing and dicing. That is Riley Grubb on the the halfback keep there. Little read option. And that was a fantastic job. Great footwork there by Riley Grubb. Looked like Barry Sanders in there. Little shake and bake. We apologize, folks. We're trying to get started here. We're adding another camera to this one. And, again, I'm going to be kind of coming in and out with audio, and I apologize for that. But, again, we are short-staffed, and we're trying to make this work the best we can here. So, as Clay Smith will take the snap, quarterback keeper up the middle, over the left guard there. Gain of about 2 there. Tell you what, going right behind those big offensive linemen of the Corning Bobcats there. That was Dakota Wilkins. He ran right behind there. Great job of Dakota Wilkins getting low, pushing that defensive end backwards. And that's going to be a 2nd and 8. Again, in the scrimmage game, it's a little bit different. We're going to run 10 plays at a time. As Clay Smith looks to pass, Little curl route there. That ball is caught by Bo Young. Good job by Bo Young, not backing up, coming towards the ball, getting the ball, catching it, and then making his move, and that'll be a first down for the Bobcats. Good zip on the ball there from Clay Smith as well. First pass is a successful one. I apologize. And here's Clay Smith out of the shotgun. Riley Grubb to his right, 4 wide. Handoff up the middle. Grubb makes a man miss. Spin move. He will be wrapped up by about a slew of defenders there, 3 or 4 it looks like from Salem. A minimal game, maybe 1. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats. Again, scrimmage game, we're not keeping score. We're not keeping a time except for the play clock. And a little different story this year on the play clock, and we'll go into that here in just a minute as the Bobcats take this snap here. 2nd and 9. Crosby in motion, handoff to him. Little jet sweep to the right side, far side. He's got room. Runs over a defender. And that's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5 yards there. I apologize, give him 6. That'll bring up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 for the Bobcats. And I tell you, on that play right there, you really got to time it good. The cadence, the snap, everything's got to be right. That takes a lot of practice there. That's big Dylan Richmond up there, the up-back fullback, as he pulls and he gets his man. Grubb, again, that spin move. He's going to patent that spin move this year. That's 3 or 4 of them already. Not much of a gain there as they're pushed back. That Salem defensive line got in there, as well as the outside linebacker for Salem. And that was Peyton Barker, the outside linebacker there coming in. Again, new head coach this year, Coach Larry Treadway, came from over from Walnut Ridge. Snap, handoff to Riley Grubb. Does he have enough? It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. And we've got to keep a yards after contact stat this year because this kid right here had a lot of them last year, and we look to have a lot this year. I think his second effort there may have gotten the first down there. Either way, obviously, they're going to get more downs as you get 10 plays a drive. That did move the chains there. Reset the play clock. And when they reset it to 25, not 40. Again, we'll speak about that here in just a minute. 4 wide. Shotgun halfback to the left. He's looking to pass the right side. And he just overthrew the receiver, the intended receiver there. And it looks like that was Hunter Green. Just a little bit over him there. I also had a flagger out there from the slot receiver. Not sure if that's what he was throwing to. I think he was throwing the curl right there to Hunter Green. Just overthrew him just a little bit. Had plenty of time there. Great job by the offensive line. Giving him time there to make that throw. In stride. Again, same formation here. We're actually in a pistol formation now. Running back behind him, that's Jake Gutierrez. He fakes it to him, and, man, there are 3 or 4 Salem defenders in the backfield. That play never had a chance from the beginning. They pinned their ears back and went after the quarterback and the halfback. I'm not sure if Treadway is calling that to where it's going to go to one person or not, or if he's giving full trust to a senior quarterback, Clay Smith. But if senior Clay Smith had the choice there, he made a good one, even though it didn't gain anything. Trying to draw him off sides here. Look over to Coach Gunnar Cook. Go back to the play card. Shotgun, quick pass. Here to the near side, and that's caught. That's going to be Bo Young again. And a great job by Bo Young after the catch. It's so important. We talk about passing yards all the time, but what gets lost in that translation is what the receiver's doing after he's catching the ball. Great job by Bo Young there. Good hands, get it in, make some guys miss. You put Bo Young in open field, and he's got an opportunity to do something. Now, essentially on the down marker here, this would be a 4th and 3 for the Bobcats. Clay Smith, he got a guy in motion. He hands it off to him. That's Dylan Lane. Dylan Lane's got a first down. He plows over a Salem Greyhound defender, and you got to love that. You know, the kid could have easily ran out of bounds there, saved himself, but instead he wants the contact. He welcomes the contact, and he absolutely trucked the guy there. Got to love that. And that pumps the Corning Bobcat crowd up. They are up on their feet there on that one. And, again, that would move the chains here. I believe we're getting low on downs here, though. I want to say that's the 8th or 9th play there. So, again, same formation. You got Jake Gutierrez right there by Clay Smith. And there's a little out route there, and he just missed it. I think he heard the footsteps behind him there, and he just missed it. Dylan Lane there was the intended receiver. Incomplete pass. think that may be our 10th down. We're going to find out here. Again, new head coach Larry Treadway. We plucked him from Walnut Ridge. And, folks, he's a good one. He really is. Really good coach. X's and O's, offense, defense, it doesn't matter. Good family man. You love to see that as well. So, and he really cares about these kids. And, folks, he's here is because he wants to be here, I promise you. He's been coaching over 45 years. He could have easily called it quits. Could have easily kept with where he's comfortable at Walnut Ridge. Gosh, they had a 9-3 team this year. Fantastic team. It wasn't like he just left a team that wasn't doing good or wasn't looking to do good this year, because they're probably going to pretty stout this year as well. Of course, that's up to them, but still had a lot of talent there. But there's a want, a need, and a have to. He didn't have to be here. He didn't need to be here. He wanted to be here, and that's what I love about it. He's still got a passion to coach, and you got to like that. Our first look tonight at the Bobcat defense. We're going to blitz the outside defensive back, run up the middle up to the left side. Went right by a linebacker there, broke a tackle. Very good game there for Salem. About a gain of 7 yards there, right up the middle of the left tackle there, left guard, left tackle. Tyler Golden is kind of given the key to this defense, essentially. Again, we spoke earlier in the junior high game how Coach Treadway wants to get his coaches more involved, give them an opportunity. Now, they all have headsets, so at any time, any of these guys can kind of chirp in, give a little bit of an opinion as they give to the fullback up the middle. He's got a hole. He's going to be, oh, no, he's not going to be brought down. Somehow he stays up, a little tilt-a-whirl there, and finally brought down by a slew of Bobcat defenders there. The first one I had a shot in was Dylan Lane. Great job by Dylan getting in there. Maybe just wrap up this time. He was going for the big hit. Obviously, he just had a pretty big hit on the offensive side earlier, so I'm sure he was feeling that. But got to give credit there to the Salem running back for staying on his feet. That is a tough play right there he just made, and a huge gain, and obviously that will be moving the chains for a Salem Greyhound first down. Beautiful night here for some football in a beautiful town of Salem, Arkansas. Blitz up the middle, fly route to the far side. He's got a man. Did he bring it in? Did he keep a foot in bounds? We're going to find out. The call by the referee is a catch. They ran that same play in the junior high game, and it was very efficient. It was very efficient there. He almost threw it like a flag route there, but the receiver was running like a fly there, and he had a couple steps on him. But, again, you got to be able to put that ball on a dime if you're a quarterback, and the Salem quarterback did right there, right on the sideline. Of course, that's the far side. It's really hard to see if he had a foot in from here, obviously, but we'll trust the referee's decision there. As the Salem Greyhound will have a new set of downs here. Two wide, split out, I formation. Understanding the snap to the halfback. He pops it to the right side. He's got guys chasing him, but he breaks the tackle all the way to the outer edge. He's finally brought down by Bo Young. Good pursuit by Bo Young there, not giving up on it. Getting away from your defender, or your offensive guy that's blocking you is huge there too. He had a guy that had a hand on him, threw him away, got to that ball, took a good angle. Still a good game there for Salem though. Even when it doesn't look pretty at first, they're making something out of it. These running backs are tough. They're tough to take down. And they'll run it, kind of like in the junior high game, and then just kind of lure you to sleep there. The next thing you know, they're throwing it deep. And they've got a quarterback that can do it. And there's the handoff to the tailback. Left side, he bounces it out, and he's got room. He's got all kinds of room. They're not going to catch him. Put 6 on the board for Salem there. That's the first score of the game. Again, scrimmage game, you don't necessarily keep score, but 6-0 Salem. And, man, I think the running back's eyes got big there. He's seen that big hole on the outside. And, you know, if you're a defensive end or an outside linebacker, you got to find a way to keep those guys in. Don't let them get that boundary. The Salem Greyhounds going for 2 here. They don't give very many different looks. You're going to see the same look over and over again here. The fullback this time, he's up the middle. He's wrapped up by Clay Smith, but did he make it? Referee says he did. Give Salem 2. That'll put them up 8-0 here early on in this senior high scrimmage game. Again, in a scrimmage game, you know, it's your first chance to get a look at your team as far as what it looks like against an opponent and gameplay action. But maybe you're trying some things that you don't quite know about. Maybe you're blitzing more than you would. Maybe you're trying to get in a different position than you normally would. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a scrimmage game. So not making any excuses here, obviously, for Corning. They're still going to get some stops and your players who are out there still got to play, but I definitely feel like they're tinkering with some stuff right now as well. So Salem scored without hitting their 10 plays, so they will continue with the ball. Every time that ball will be put back at the 35-yard line. Again, guys, I apologize if audio or video is a little off. I'm trying to do audio and a camera here, and I'm just not quite that talented as the Salem tailback goes over the left guard there for a gain of about 2. Bring up a second and a long 7, we'll say. Again, we spoke a little bit earlier about the 40-second play clock. That's new this year. I had conflicting reports on when that clock stops. I've actually got a play clock guy right here beside me from Salem, and my understanding is as soon as the play is whistled dead, they are clicking the 40-second play clock. Obviously, last year you were going off of a referee signal, and that was a 25-second play clock. We'll see how that changes things this year. Salem, running back breaks the tackle, and he is brought down by Clay Smith. Good job by Clay Smith. They're hanging on and wrapping up. Again, though, big yards here for Salem. Don't know what they're averaging right now, but it's well over 4 or 5 yards a carry. They're getting to that second level, too. That's the big thing. You're okay with a linebacker leading you in tackles, but when your safety starts leading you in tackles, that's never a good sign. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Corning High Bobcat Football, live via the Corning Sports Report. This is our first ever live coverage of game action, so this is a scrimmage for us. And again, we're a little understaffed as Salem's looking to throw a little slant pattern, and he just missed it. The Salem receiver just missed it there. That ball came in hot and heavy from the Salem quarterback there, Gavin Giltner, the junior here at Salem. He did a good job, the receiver, getting his hands out. You don't want to catch that your body. You want to keep those hands out, keep them extended. But the ball just, I think it got up on him a little bit faster than he thought it was going to. So essentially this would be a 4th and short, very short, about 2 yards here. We'll see a tailback coming up the middle. Easy brought down before the line of scrimmage. It's awful close. Very, very, very close. The first guy in there for Corning was Richard Stokes. He literally made a tackle there on one knee. He held on, and, of course, the cavalry came. And it's awful close. I don't know if they're going to give him the first or not. Obviously, they're going to get more plays, so it's irrelevant. But very, very close there. Good job by Stokes. You fall down, you don't give up. I like that. Got to love the second effort there. Bobcats showing a one safety look every time so far. And usually that safety is Clay Smith, and usually he's about 11 to 12 yards deep. They're splitting 2 out to the far side, Salem is. I formation behind him, takes a snap to the tailback. Left side, he's got a hole again. I tell you what, it's tough. It's tough when he's getting to the second level. Gary Comstock, good job coming in with the tackle there. And that's a name we heard a lot last year as well. We look forward to having a big year from Gary Comstock. Did a good job plugging the hole there, but just a little too late. And again, that is your offensive line taking charge there. They are definitely get a push on that defensive line of the Bobcats. And it helps when you have a guy like Peyton Barker, the tailback for Salem. Very, very quick. Looking to throw again, slant pattern, same one. This time he catches it, brings it in. He's hauled down by Clayton Crosby, but not before first down. Coach obviously seen that was open earlier, goes back to it. Receiver redeems himself there. That may have been their 10th play. I'm going to take a break, a quick break here from the audio. We'll still give you video, though. I'm going to work a little bit and tinker on this camera and give a little communication here with the director. So. All right, come back on there because that was a fantastic play. I wanted to do a little more video there, but, man, what a great play. Clay Smith put that ball on a dime. Great job by Riley Grove, not just catching the ball, but a second effort after the catch. And here we go, a little jet sweep. Now they're going to fake it. Keeper by Clay Smith uses a great job with his blocker. He's gone to the second level. He's going to take it to the house. Touchdown, CHS. Put 6 on the board for the Bobcats of Corning. And the black and gold strike here on their second drive. And that'll put 6 for them, 8 for Salem. I know it's a scrimmage game, but, hey, that's exciting. Exciting to see there. Great job by Clay Smith using his blocker there. Excellent job. The offensive line got to the second level. You love to see that. I'm sure that's how Coach designed it. And here comes something that you haven't seen consistently at Corning in quite a while. An extra point. Let me say that one more time, folks. An extra point. That's going to be Colin Wilson to kick the extra point. And it is going to be short and to the left side of the left upright. No good. Again, if you're just joining us, it's 8-6 Salem. And they are converging over there. Are they going to allow us to re-kick from there? It is a scrimmage game. Maybe have another shot at it. I think they are. Very good. We'll take it. Colin Wilson again. Your holder is David Ladd. Very, very important. Very, very important for the snapper and the holder to be on the same page here. And this time Colin Wilson kicks it up. Had the distance this time, but just wide left again. Again, he'll get that figured out, obviously. Scrimmage game here, but he was consistent, I'll say that. Left side twice. Just a little bit off there. A little bit off. And I'm sure Coach, listen, he's a percentage guy. I'm sure he's looked at that percentage-wise. And obviously it didn't work out there, but he's looked at that percentage-wise. He's got a lot of different analytical stuff. You know, you think a guy, and I can say this because you can't hear me right now, but a little older, you think he wouldn't be into those analytics, but he is a little bit. He is a little bit. The Bobcats did all that without going to 10 plays, so they're going to come back out again. You're going to see a little bit different crew here, though. This is going to be kind of a well, no, they're going to keep the starters out, I guess. He was motioning to some guys on the sideline. I guess they're not. They're going to keep the starters out there. Dylan Richmond is up back there. You got Jake Gutierrez right beside Clay Smith to his left. Snap. He's going to hand it off to Jake. Cuts back. Oh, breaks a tackle. Stiff arm. He's still on his feet. What a great run there by Jake Gutierrez. And listen, it's only for a few yards, but, man, that was pretty. Could have easily been down at the line of scrimmage. 3-yard gain there by Jake. As I'm struggling with the camera up here. I apologize if that's the view you're seeing. The good news is we'll have a ton of people on staff for our first game at Rector, and this won't be an issue. So Smith takes a snap, hands off Gutierrez again up the middle. Spin move, makes a guy miss. He's still on his feet. I'm telling you, these Bobcat running backs, man, they don't go down easy. You're not going to arm tackle these guys by any means. The good thing is, too, if you look at that offensive line there, and I'm going to zoom in on a few of these boys. Look at that offensive line there, man. That is some big old boys up front there. Those guys like Dakota Wilson. You know, those guys like Colin Wilson, Richard Stokes. Some big old boys that you're running behind there. And that definitely helps, especially when you're running up the middle like that. And listen, these guys are agile. We've seen the pulling guard quite a bit, and we'll continue to see the pulling guard. As Clayton Crosby goes to the outside, he'll be in the slot on the far side. We've got Bo Young split out to our near side here. Gutierrez beside Smith. Smith's looking for Bo Young, and they had a miscommunication. Should have been picked off. A little hot potato there from the Salem defender. Bo Young was looking for a little hitch and go, and Clayton was looking for the hook. Just a miscommunication there, but I tell you what, if you pump fake there and throw it deep, you may look at that play here in just a second because they are definitely gambling. Defensive back, and right now, as of right now, your safety is not, he's not far enough back to be a factor there. That may change after that play, though. Looking at the play cards here as Trevor Poe brings in the call. Again, new assistant, I should say, Gunnar Cook, brought a few things over from Hoxie. Not a lot, but a little bit. As Jake Gutierrez, another handoff up the middle there. He breaks one tackle, nearly gains a first down. I'm going to say a gain of 3, probably needed 4. Again, good run there by Jake Gutierrez. He was hitting the ground. He thought he had one broke there if he could have broke one more tackle. He thought he could have been gone. He's seen a little daylight, just couldn't quite stay up on his feet there. I've been watching Coach Treadway this whole time, and this guy is just, he's pacing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You got to love that. He's really into it. Clay Smith throwing it deep. Oh, he had a receiver there, just barely overthrew him. Dylan Lane, wow, a little roll out to his right side and just gun it there. And that's kind of a solo cup throw there. Almost had it. Maybe a step, maybe two, and that's a catch. Again, scrimmage game. We can work on the timing a little bit in actual game action. It's good to have that. I like that. Roll Smith out a little bit. He's very athletic. He can definitely scramble. Now he's a pretty built kid. Clay Smith is. If you've never seen him, he's very built. But that kid can definitely scramble. Little pitch out to Jake Gutierrez. Can he get to the outer edge? He stiff arms a guy. Breaks a tackle, and he does. He's going to cut it up. Man, he took a loss of 3 there and gained about 4. How many times have we said that so far? It just seems like it's on replay over and over again, but that's what's happening. It's exactly what's happening. That ball, well, that player right there had no business gaining any yards at all. A little bit of a stutter there, and it stalled the defender just enough to get by him. Good stiff arm as well. Can't get over how big this Corning offensive line is as Clay Smith rolls to his left side this time. Dangerous pass. Try to thread the needle there to Bo Young. A little slant, then stop. Kind of into the zone there, the hole in the zone. He found it, but, boy, that's dangerous. I'll tell you what, though, Clay Smith threw it, and he threw it with confidence, too. Clay Smith's got a cannon on him, too, y'all. Good baseball player, just good overall athlete. It looks like we are going to either go to the second string or we're going to change from offense to defense here for the Bobcats. I'm going to take a break just a second here from the audio. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back here for just a second. Something I just noticed there while running the camera is our backside players aren't giving up on the ball, and you love to see that. Now, a little bit last year did that happen, maybe a little. But this year it just seems like, I know it's a scrimmage game, it's early, but those backside guys are following that play. Obviously, they're 20, 30 yards away. It's easy to kind of just slack up, maybe give up on the play. They're not. They're absolutely not, and I love that. Another thing down there, been watching the sideline whenever I go off the audio. And I tell you, these guys, they're clapping. They're giving each other, a little bit of support. You got to have that. You need those cheerleaders on that sideline. That's very, very good. As As it looks like we had, I believe that's Dylan Lane. Dylan Lane's going to get credit for that tackle there. You love to see that, guys. You love to see that. You know, it's easy when you're on that sideline. You're standing there. It's hot. You're not getting to play much. But, man, to be a good teammate, that's huge. And I can see those guys doing that, and that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. They're all staying close. None are zooming far away, getting too far away. They want to hear what the coaches are saying. You love that. I tell you, you know, it's a scrimmage game. But these guys are really buying in. You know, legendary coach Bob Knight once said, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And looking at the sideline down there, and these guys, especially on the opposite side of the ball, they're not giving up. They are buying into what these coaches are wanting them to do. As Riley Grubb's there on the tackle, great job right there by Riley Grubb. And that looks like even Red Eddington on the other side there. He was hidden there. We got a couple of pretty big old boys down there, defensive line. Couldn't see Rick. Want to give Red some credit there too. He was in there on that tackle as well. These Corning Bobcats are under a new coach this year, Coach Larry Treadway. Again, in my opinion, the guy wants to be here, and you got to love that. Like I said, he left something that he was comfortable and convenient with. Left a really good team. Could have easily retired. Could have hung it up. He did not. We spoke with Coach Campbell earlier on a podcast on our page, and he said, the greatest tragedy in life is what dies inside a man while he lives. Well, that passion is still strong. And I tell you what, that pass right there was nearly trouble. Great job there by the Bobcats. Richard Stokes getting pressure, altering that throw. That was a dying duck just sitting there. We almost got to it. But, again, Coach Treadway, great passion for this game, for the kids in general. You got to love that. So we apologize. The sun's kind of setting on us here. That may mess up our cameras just a little bit. We apologize if it does. I'm still trying to run a camera here. We also got a ground camera right now as well. We've implemented. I don't know if it's coming in real well or not. We're having issues up here, and got a few little hurdles we're battling. Hand off to the tailback. Salem, he's got a hole in the outside. Runs over his own player. You know, you can be patient and wait for him to block, or you can just run through him, I guess. So either way, good game there for Salem. These boys are going to be good. Now, listen, they've won 17 games in the past 2 years. Coach Wiggins, he's got a good ball club. Now, obviously, he lost, I believe, the state's leading rusher. I'm looking over at the guys at Salem. They're all shaking their head. That was a pretty quick yeah. Jordan Turner, if I'm not mistaken. Is he playing at Harding? Is that right, guys? Did I hear that? It's tough to replace a Jordan Turner, but I tell you what, these guys, they're going to have a shot now. The last 4 years, their win totals keep going up. And, you know, that 3-2A is going to be extremely competitive. In fact, in all of 2A, that may be the most competitive. I think you've got 4 teams there that could easily win that division: EPC, Salem, McCrory, and even Rector, who we will see here coming up pretty soon. Twice, actually, so as well as EPC. So we're going to get the 3-2A flavor here early on in non-conference for sure. Bobcats come out in a 4-4. And it looks like he's got a he's still running. Broke one tackle. He's going to be brought down. And it looks like, it's hard to see over there, Clay Smith. Clay Smith had to go a long way. That's a ball-hawking safety right there. Again, you don't want your safety lead you in tackles per se, but great job getting over there. Good pursuit. Good angle, too, at that point. You know, we talk about the Corning running backs and how they're breaking tackles and stuff, obviously with a Corning sports report, but you got to give these Salem guys credit, too, now. These kids are absolutely playing some ball. Seems like every rush is at least 3 or 4 yards, and they're tough to stop now. They're really tough, and there's no smoke and mirrors here. There's no window dressing, nothing fancy. About the same formation just about every time as they hand off again. Great job right there. I'm not sure who that was. Looked like the defensive back. Maybe it was that Dylan Lane. I think it was. Great job. He blitzed, he gambled, and it paid off. Shoestring tackle, held on, waited for the cavalry to come. Fantastic job. Guys, if you don't mind, let us know how our audio sounds. Again, it's tough. We're shorthanded. I know we keep saying it, but shorthanded there as well as with cameras too. But tell us how our audio is. Tell us what the cameras are looking like. If there's anything that's glitchy, anything like that, let us know. This is a scrimmage for us as well. So I'm going to mute the audio for just a second. I'm going to go back to working the camera here, and I'll be right back. Good tackle there by Clay Smith and Hunter Green. Obviously, the back got to the second level there. You got to have guys that can make open field tackles, and thankfully we do there. And it looks like we're going to take a little bit of a break here. I think this is essentially our halftime break. Now, we're going to keep it here, but I'm going to mute the audio, go down there and talk to the camera people, make sure everything's okay there, make sure our batteries are charged, those things. So I'm going to put this camera right here on these gentlemen, our Bobcats, our beloved Bobcats, and we will be right back, guys. Just a small community in northeast Arkansas, nestled but a few miles from the base of Crowley's Ridge. Flatlands, farmlands, and yes, mosquitoes. Hey, this is our home, a home that has always valued brotherhood, sisterhood, neighborhood, and doing good. But as time fades and years go by, people, business, and the things we grow to love come and go. But the one constant in our community, the pride and passion to call Corning our hometown. Nowhere does that pride and passion run truer or deeper than Corning Bobcat football. Since 1910, when the first gladiators of the Corning 11 ventured out to play this beloved sport, football has been that one consistency that brings us all together. These Friday night lights in western Clay County are about more than just a game. It's a way of life in our land. Through the Great Depression, through 2 world wars, and through the ups and downs this world can bring, Corning football has connected young and old alike. Those who are forever Bobcats are entrenched with the joys and spirit of this sport running through their blood. They talk about all that it entails, from the smells of the fresh-cut grass to the cool autumn air, the pageantry of the black and gold that can be seen in the grandstands, the heartfelt chants from the cheerleaders, that all-familiar fight song from the CH band that plays loud and proud every Friday night, and that roar from the faithful crowd. They talk about the future of what could be and the memories of what were. But today, we are focused on the now. It's a new year with new faces, a new-look Bobcat team that is hungry for the new season. It's our time, and that time is now.
It's time. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. It's time. It's time.
Let's go. Hey guys, we're back here live. I want to say that as loud as I can, baby. Live at Salem, Arkansas for the scrimmage game, senior high. This is the Corning Sports Report's live coverage of that, Corning Bobcat football. This is essentially our second half of the scrimmage game. We're going to click out here. We're going to watch some action as the Corning Bobcats are going to kick off here first in the second half, so Salem will be returning the kickoff. I'm not sure if they're allowed to return the kickoffs. We've had more conflicting reports there about that. We're going to find out right here. And there's a kickoff right there, short, and again, no return. There's a kickoff there by Rocky Flores. And our Bobcat defense is going to come back out again. We'll see if that front defensive line can get a little more pressure this time. Again, this Salem team, though, is really, really good now. They're no slouch, especially for a 2A school. This is a good football program over here. Has been for a little while now. They had a couple of down years. But they're back, and Coach Clay Wiggins has got them going, and you got to give them credit, obviously. Again, they will be in the hunt for that 3-2A. And then what I love about our conference, it is extremely difficult. The 3-3A may be the strongest conference in all of 3A. And I'm a little biased. I get that. But you go and look at the first 4 or 5 teams there and tell me that that's a tough murderer's row. As a pass slant pattern caught, brought down very, very quick, though, by the Bobcats, Parker Davis. And see there, earlier we were not playing that route very well, and Parker Davis was all over him there. He just had a little bit of a step. But again, when you got a quarterback and receiver that's on cue with each other like that, that's tough. That quick slant is tough to defend. And again, Salem has been running the ball, luring you up. Next thing you know, you're asleep, and boom, they hit you with a pass. They hand off the fullback up the middle, and he is going to be brought down by a slew. He's still fighting. Give him credit there. Now, it looks like you can pretty much take your pick of the defensive line for the tackle there. We'll take Richard Stokes on that, but again, you could take any of them. Dakota Wilkins, any of those guys down there. Cooper Hopkins, all of them down there on the tackle. Swarming to the ball, that's good. You like to see that. Again, we spoke about that earlier, guys not giving up on the ball. Give up on the play, I should say. And the sun is starting to creep behind the clouds here. A little bit cooler temperatures as well. And now our press box doesn't have that awful glare that we've had earlier. Hand off to the running back. Jake Gutierrez puts a stop to that. Take a seat. My goodness. Great job there by Jake. Stayed low, wrapped up, took him down. I tell you what, Jake, he had those arms out wide. There was no shoulder bump in there. He was wrapping him up. That's a good form tackle there by Jake Gutierrez. And I tell you, that's another play when you're a linebacker and you're coming up hard, that's easy to overrun. Especially if you look down there in the midfield right now, and I'm going to zoom in on it. Look at the grass down there. I mean, that's tough right there. Of course, they've had some water here recently. It's a beautiful green grass here at Salem. I'll give them that. Here's a pass over the middle. Just a bit too high. I tell you what, if that ball is thrown a few inches to the right there, Bryden Hewitt may be picking it off there. Great job by the secondary there. Safeties, Parker Davis as well on the coverage. Again, it's tough to get good footing out there. When you're hustling up like that, it's easy to overrun that ball, overrun that play. Good job by Jake Gutierrez on that last play before that. This is essentially the second half here of the scrimmage. Corning Bobcats and the Salem Greyhounds. And again, you don't keep score here. There's really no time except for the play clock, and it's running down pretty low right now, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and they're going to reset to 25. There's the run up the middle. He breaks a tackle. He's still going. Breaks another tackle. Finally comes down. He lost the football there at the end, but it looks like Salem recovered it. And that's right. The play clock operator, he's in here defending himself right now. That's fine. The referee gave him the signal to reset the play clock, and that's what he's supposed to do. He did his job there. These guys at Salem are fantastic. They have great hospitality here, great people. They got a press box big enough to fit us. And my younger years, I was 175. I'm about 215 now. So those glory days are definitely in the past. Salem here, 2 wideouts. I formation in the backfield, looking to pass, looking to his right side. There's a fly route. He's got a man open again. Does he bring it in just a bit past his hand there? Outstretched hands and even dove. Good effort by the receiver. And for the Bobcats there, that was Daniel Tarantino on the coverage. Now, I will say this. Daniel did a great job of getting his body turned and running with the running with the receiver. Sometimes you start backpedaling. That's the wrong thing to do. He did turn his body and get going. The bad thing is these Salem receivers are quick. I mean, they are fast, and it's tough to keep up with these guys. Now, the one thing I will say is you might be able to dial in on these plays a little bit because all you've seen is either a fly route or a slant pattern. And the quarterback, of course, like any other high school quarterback, they're going to telegraph it a little bit. These guys aren't in the NFL by any means. Again, I formation. Oh, they have the end coming around, and he's got a great gain, makes two guys miss, and he's going to be brought down by number 5 of the Bobcats. That's Bryden Hewitt. Great tackle there by Bryden Hewitt in open field. There is a flag down at the end. This will be interesting to see because it looks like the flag was thrown over there at the play. So maybe a face mask, maybe a late hit. We're not sure here. Again, those are just some suggestions there. They're converging here. What are they going to call? Horse collar, personal foul on Corning. We apologize. That was on the other side of the field. It was really hard to see here from our camera angle what happened there at the end. You knew it probably wasn't a hole because it wasn't thrown at the line of scrimmage. And usually that's a late hit, a face mask, some kind of a personal foul. It was, but it was a horse collar. Again, you got to protect these kids. Obviously, safety is first when you come out here in football, and we want safety for both sides, obviously. And that is a very dangerous play. You get tackled back here in that horse collar, and it's easy for your legs to get caught up from underneath you there, and next thing you know, your knees buckled, and that could be a very, very ugly thing. So. And sorry, guys, I'm pausing in and out here with the audio. I'm trying to get used to this camera again. I tell you, if they ever have to put me on a camera, man, they're in real bad trouble because I am struggling at this. Salem looking to pass to the right side. It's a slant pattern. It's going to be picked off by the Corning Bobcats. He's still got room. Makes one guy miss. He's brought down. That is going to be Bryden Hewitt. And, wow, what a great job right there by Bryden Hewitt. Ball hawking safety there. He's seen what was happening. He came in. He took a gamble, and it paid off. Great job by Bryden Hewitt there. And hey, listen, picking it off wasn't good enough for him. He was wanting to take it to the house. I love it. I can only imagine how big his eyes were there when he picked that one off. Great job. Hey, again, you run that slant pattern. Ran a little deeper there, maybe more of a post on that time. But either way, Bryden Hewitt, good job. Took the gamble. Now, again, in the scrimmage, you're getting essentially 8 to 10 plays. We're still confused on that part of it. So that was not their 8th or their 10th play. And they're going to still get to continue their drive. As the play clock is now in single digits, down to 7 seconds. Little toss to the near side here. He's got room. He's got blockers. He cuts it up, makes one guy miss, still on his feet. And about 3 Bobcats take him down, but not until a huge gain there. And that was Dylan Richmond. I think that's a name that we're going to hear a lot this year. I really do for the Bobcats. Dylan Richmond on the tackle. And there's that man again, Bryden Hewitt as well. He was in there on the tackle. And to reiterate, you don't want your safeties making all the tackles, and it seems like we've heard a lot of Clay Smith and Bryden Hewitt here tonight. Salem is driving. Hand off to the fullback up the middle. Little stutter, and he takes it up for another 6-7 yards there. Going to be about a gain of 8 or 9 after it's said and done. And again, Dylan Richmond, Bryden Hewitt. Also seen Mr. Rocky Flores in there as well. I tell you what, this is your grit and grind area right here. When your back's against the wall. It's been a long night. It's been pretty hot out here. It's been a nice day, but it's been hot. Don't get me wrong. Those boys are out there in pads and heavy equipment too. This right here, you kind of see what you're made of right here. They're blitzing the linebackers, and they may have blitzed the stuff out of the play, but they didn't. Great play there by Parker Davis. And, man, if he doesn't make that tackle, that shoestring tackle, he's gone. That saved a touchdown right there. Great athletic play there by Parker Davis. This will be a second down and goal. About 7. Give them about 7.5 to go here. We'll see what we see here. You'd assume it's going to be a run of some sort. Obviously, you can't throw I guess you could throw a little one-on-one up there on the top side. I guess you could lob it up there, but more than likely, I think we're going to see a run here. No, we're not. Slant pattern, And he just missed it. He hit him in the hands. Now, it's a tough catch either way, but he hit him in the hands. You feel like if it hits you in the hands, you got to catch that. Great job, great coverage there by the Bobcats. That was Daniel Tarantino on the coverage. He was right there with him. Maybe he heard the footsteps. Either way, that was a big, big stop there, and it looks like we are going to change possessions here. That must have been the 10th play overall. I'm going to take a break here from the audio and work on the camera again, check on the guys. And the Bobcats are going to take back over here as Jake Gutierrez is in as quarterback. He takes the handoff, makes one guy miss to the left side. Oh, my goodness, he is brought down by probably 7 to 8 Salem Greyhounds. That's about what it took to bring him down. And one of them jumped in there in the pile at the very end. That's extremely dangerous there. Got to be careful when you get a referee right behind you sees that. They don't really appreciate that. That'll be a second down. Obviously, we lost yards there. Looks like a loss of about 3 as Corning's going to take a timeout here. We're going to stick here with it. Again, a perfect day for some football. Temperatures have definitely dropped now. Sun's behind the clouds there. That definitely helps. We were excited about this Corning Sports Report. We're really excited about bringing these games live for the kids, the parents, the alum, people in state, but maybe are too far away to get to the games, the people who are out of state. Bobcats are even global now. We've got some people in London as well that are going to be hopefully paying attention, listening to the games as well. So we're excited. We've got people from the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, I believe Pennsylvania, I believe Virginia, Atlanta, Texas. I think I remember one of them being from California. So Bobcat Nation is loud, proud, and all over the place. And we'll go back to gameplay here after the timeout. Jake Gutierrez there at quarterback. Little quarterback keeper to the right side. He fumbles the football. Salem's going to pick it up, and they're going to take it back for 6. Of course, in any game, turnovers are huge. Miscues. You never want to shoot yourself in the foot, whether it's penalties, untimely penalties, turnovers, things like that. Obviously, Jake Gutierrez is not necessarily used to being there at quarterback. Obviously, probably taking second-string reps. But still, you want to see him hang on to that football there. You know, it's kind of a double-edged sword with him because he just never gives up on a play, and he keeps fighting, and sometimes that can go against you, and it did right there. You love the effort, though. You love the hustle. That's what we like to see. And Red Eddington is there to a side. Daniel Tarantino's out there at wide receiver. Handoff up the middle. Red Eddington. He's going to be flushed out right there at the line of scrimmage by the Salem defense. Again, we're getting a little bit of work with the second string guys here. As Dakota Wilkins and number 72, Colin Wilson, come back in to join alongside Cooper Hawkins and the rest of that O-line there for the Bobcats, and Dylan Willer. Definitely want to give this O-line some love, and we're going to keep some stats this year, some pancake stats, if you will, for the O-line. You know, those guys don't get in the paper very often. They don't have very many stats as it is, and we're going to try to change that a little bit this year for them. So Gutierrez takes the handoff, or takes a snap, I should say, over to the left side, a quarterback keeper, far side. Minimal gain there. Looks like a gain of about 2 or 3 there. If Jay gets that outside edge, though, if he gets that boundary, it's going to be hard to catch him. He is the fastest Bobcat on the team, somewhere around 4.6 speed. And, guys, that's fast. In case you don't know at home, 4.6 is fast, I promise you. That's moving. And the sun pops back out here, just above the tree line. Got a guy in motion there for the Bobcats. It's going to be Clayton Kemp. He takes the handoff around the outside. The near side here breaks one tackle. Makes one man miss. He's going to be brought down for about a gain of 1. When that play works, it's all about timing. All about timing. Pretty good timing there. Good job by Clayton Kemp making a guy miss. You might like to see him kind of move that ball to the other side, kind of protect it a little more, so keeping on his inside arm there. But aside from that, good work. Made a guy miss. Again, that's a guy that maybe he doesn't get the ball as much in practice, but he's getting an opportunity to showcase what he can do out there. As you see the back of Jake Gutierrez's jersey, he's got dirt everywhere on that thing. It was white, now it's black. Clayton Kemp in motion again. The snap. It's low. Gutierrez handles it, though. Not only does he handle it, it makes a couple guys miss. And turns what could have been a nightmare into about a half-a-yard gain. Maybe a gain of 1. And this will be the 5th play of the drive, so we're about halfway through with the drive here. Again, guys, we appreciate you guys. If you're just joining and just tuning in, this is Bobcat Football live via the Corning Sports Report. We appreciate you guys for supporting us, and words of encouragement, the sponsors jumping in. We'll be able to plug them in the next game, the very first game on the schedule. That's September 6th at Rector. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Listen, we'd love for you to watch, but we want you to be there. Support these guys if you can. Great job right there by the offensive lineman. I want to get a number on that to see who that was. Man, he got a big, big push. And it wasn't even the offensive lineman. That was actually your fullback, Red Eddington, there. Great job. Helped Gutierrez take what could have been a loss of a yard into a gain of 2 or 3. Again, we talked about the running backs needing to be able to block. This isn't those offense where you come out there, you're running routes, or you're getting the ball every time. No, you got to block in this offense. There's an up back there. That's David Ladd. As Gutierrez gives the call to Red Eddington. A little reassurance there. He's going to give it to him. Red Eddington, look good gain. And he is hit hard. It looked like a knee to the helmet. Let's make sure he's okay there. Red got right up. And he is limping right now as I just broke the camera again. These cameras are going to have to be durable if I'm going to be using them, I can promise you. I tell you, Red Eddington is staying in the game. That's a tough kid now. This is just a scrimmage game. Obviously, you want to keep your kids safe and okay and healthy for the first game. He's staying in there. He took a knee to the back and the helmet. Rhett gets the carry again up the middle. Why not? Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play. Why not? Got to love it. What I love about Rhett there, too, is he's holding the ball. When he gets in there in the interior line, past that line of scrimmage, and there's a lot of bodies, he's got 2 hands on the ball, and he's holding it like it's a very, very precious thing, and it is. You want playing time? Hang on to the ball. Don't lose that football. A lot of communication here, too, with the Bobcats. Good job by Jake Gutierrez getting this play out. He's looking to pass to his right side. He's got a man open. He catches it, brings it in. It should be a face mask on the play there as well. And that is going to be Bryden Hewitt. We've called his name a lot tonight, y'all. Bryden Hewitt with a great catch.
There's a flag on the play.
This should be a face mask. This was over here on our near side. We had a pretty good look at it. It's going to be a personal foul face mask. And the Bobcats will definitely take it. It looks like Bryden was probably already down. You know, it's tough as a defender, though. You're ambushing in there as fast as you can, and you're reaching for whatever you can. people on TV, when they watch it, they think, man, what is he doing? What is he doing? It's not always that simple. It really isn't. You're going as hard as you can, and you're just trying to grab onto something, anything you can to make that tackle. And again, the sun's popping out again out from the clouds here. 4 wide, split to both sides. Quarterback keeper by Gutierrez makes one guy miss. Good job blocking up there by Dakota Wilkins. Now, he fell at the end of this play. He got pushed over the pile. Let's looking at him. He's walking slow there. Make sure Dakota's okay there. And that camera is not working with me. When you're a player, I guess, you got so much energy, so much adrenaline. And maybe those guys aren't feeling that as much. But boy, we're feeling it watching, I can tell you. And the handoff to Red Eddington, boy, Gutierrez waited as long as he could there. That makes me think that maybe Coach is giving these guys, giving them the option. Maybe he's giving them the green light to make that choice to hand that off on that quarterback read option. And that's interesting. That's really, really interesting. A lot of coaches will just call that in the huddle and say, hey, we're either handing it to running back or not. You can make it look however good you want. You can fake it all you want, but it's going to go to the running back or it's going to go to the quarterback. And it looked like right there, they're giving them the option. As Coach Poe is talking to Gutierrez right now, and Red Eddington about that probably. Coach Poe, I tell you, he gets excited. He's so emphatic. And right there beside him, Tyler Golden, he's the opposite. He's just kind of calm and cool and collected. You like to see the pat on the head there. It's one thing to coach these kids and to teach them, but then give them a little bit of love too, and that's what these guys do. I've been watching them on the sideline all day, and I like that. And again, I love Coach Treadwell. He is pacing and pacing and pacing out there. You love it. He still has a deep passion for this, and you got to like that. I'm going to take a break here real quick from the audio guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back here with some audio. Apologize there. Just want to get a little camera work in there. I think I'm getting a little bit better. Want to brag on myself there. Yeah, that's okay. A little selfish. Also, I would like to throw this out there, that this Friday, at Parkview Restaurant in Corning, Arkansas, we are going to have the first annual Corning Sports Report preseason head coaches show. That is going to be treading new roads with Coach Treadway. Again, live at Parkview Restaurant at 6:30. We can't really guarantee seating for that, but we're going to do everything we can to squeeze everybody in there for that. And it'll also be live streamed here via the Corning Sports Report as Salem takes the handoff there, bounces. Oh, my goodness, he broke another tackle, and he's gone. They're not going to catch him. Great effort there by Gary Comstock to try to catch him, though. Wow. I tell you what, these Salem running backs, they're athletic, and just like our guys, we talk about our guys not going down on an arm tackle. You can kind of say the same thing about these guys. That was a fantastic play there in a second effort. And we've got Nakota Ambiker down there. I'm not sure the story there with Nakota. That's honestly, him or Jake Gutierrez, one of those guys are the fastest. Both those guys are speedsters. You know, if we can get him back, not sure the story there. Someone may have an idea there on the Facebook Live, but that kid right there is a game changer. If we can get him out there for sure. As we go back to the action here, as Salem is going for the 2-point conversion. I formation behind the quarterback for Salem. He bobbles the snap, and Gary Comstock almost makes the tackle. Trips him up just enough for a slew of Bobcats there. They were led by Garrett Bippus. Garrett Bippus getting in there, getting dirty. You like it. Absolutely love it. Him, and I couldn't tell who the other one there was, but great job right there. Good job by Gary Comstock. And we're going to go back to the 35-yard line here. Again, though, this Friday, guys, I believe, is that the 30th, Colton? August 30th? This Friday, 6:30 p.m., live from Parkview Restaurant. Big thanks to Amy and Denny Jordan for allowing us to do that. They extremely, extremely good to us and extremely good to the town and this Bobcat football program. We appreciate all that they do, and if you guys could come out and support that, we sure would appreciate it. Folks, we don't have much football left here tonight. We're being told over here by the guys at Salem. Great tackle there again by Gary Comstock. We had another one there on the tackle. I'm trying to figure out the number there for us if I can get to it. That looks like David Ladd. Great form tackle there as Colin Wilson is coming out. Guys, first game, Friday, September 6th at Rector. If you guys were there last year, man, oh man, was that a slugfest. Two defenses going at it, and one big play by both teams was really the difference. Great job there by the interior lineman there. That looked like that was Richard Stokes hanging on, and he brought him down. Good job by Richard Stokes there. Big number 75 on the tail. Look, he's happy. He's excited. If I can stay on him here, he's actually pretty quick for a lineman. Yeah, that's my excuse there. Eight more plays. Is that what we're being told? Okay. Guys up here in the box from Salem are telling me 8 more plays. Again, Salem, great hospitality. This is a great place. Honestly, a beautiful town. You got the mountains kind of in the background. Beautiful green grass out here at Salem. Plenty of room on both sides for the fans. And also for the media up here in the press box. We appreciate that. Air conditioning here. We got the window open because we had to open it, and I thought we were going to get some mean mugs, some mean looks on there. They didn't. They were all for it, and we certainly do appreciate that. Jake Gutierrez again gets the handoff, bobbles the snap, gets it, and he was just absolutely dancing back here, trying to find a hole, waiting for a hole to open. Looked like he gained about 2 yards on the play there.
Number 2, 3 years on the carry. Hit first by 22 Goodson.
This coaching staff, talking to them, they are absolutely excited about this new year coming up. And obviously, you can't look into it and tell what's going to happen, obviously. But I'll say this. The demeanor is definitely up. The energy is definitely up. There's some belief, not just from the players, from the coaches, and you're hearing a lot of it from the fans. You're seeing a lot of it from the fans. Obviously, times have been tough here lately. We're going to try to right the wrongs and change the narrative and flip the script, if you will. As the Bobcat running back is taken down there, and it looks like that is going to be Red Eddington. It's good some of these younger guys are getting time to play because last year, this is extremely important. We had so many guys going down in a departure, and it just seemed like week in and week out, you weren't sure who the quarterback was going to be. You weren't sure who the tailback was going to be. So these are quality reps here for these guys for sure. David Ladd's the up back there, right behind the right tackle. And the handoff, and they are going to get flushed. No, he's not. Second effort. Great job there by Red Eddington. Chopping them feet. Second effort. You play not to the whistle, but through the whistle. Great job right there. Again, we say it all the time about these Bobcat running backs. Also down here on the near side, that's Daniel Tarantino. I watched him last time, and I'm going to zoom in on him a little bit too. And he did a good job of blocking that last time for a receiver out here, a young guy. Little high step in there by Jake Gutierrez. He may have lost the ball there at the end. Either way, he's got it. Looked like Neon Deion Sanders there for a second. Little high stepping, and that kid is really, really athletic. And, boy, if we can get him going, that'll be a game changer. Absolutely. As Gary Comstock gets the call from Trevor Poe. Again, these are guys that got a lot of playing time last year down the stretch with the departure and injuries. Gary Comstock, Red Eddington, Riley Grubb. Red Eddington takes the handoff to the near side, and he breaks 2 tackles. Gets a gain of about 6 or 7 yards there. Friday when we play, not this Friday, but next Friday at Rector, we're going to have a play-by-play, which will be me, and we'll have a color commentary. A gentleman that I, not only is my classmate, but I call him a friend, Jared Grady, will be joining us. As always, Colton Leddyman is my right-hand man, my partner in crime. He's my director here right next to me, and he's what makes this thing go. As we look to pass, Clay Smith comes in, fly route to Parker Davis, and it looked like he just couldn't quite get a grip on the football there. I like it, though. Why not? You've only got a few plays left. Go ahead and try that. Haven't seen too much passes since that first drive or two. I like that. And again, that may have been a miscommunication of sorts. Maybe that was a post route. Quarterback thinking one thing, receiver thinking another. But it definitely looked like it was a little bit of an end-over-end throw there. So I'm going to say it. That ball was he never had a good grip or it slipped. Something happened there because usually Clay Smith has a zip on his passes. Usually they are spirals. Speaking of, right there, just threw it a little bit behind Daniel Tarantino. A tough couple of plays here for Clay, but this kid's a senior, and he's a very good quarterback, I promise you. We've seen a lot of it in practice. I know myself, obviously last year as well in games before he went down. When he went down, that was a huge blow for this team. Not just because of the stats, not just because of what he does out there, but the leadership, the vocal leadership. And when you have a leader go down, it's tough. It really is. It takes a blow from the team, essentially. You lose a little bit of confidence for sure. 4 wide, Jake Gutierrez with a snap. He makes the guy miss, bounces outside. Tough running there. Sledding his way for a first down. That was either 7 or 8 plays on this drive. If so, we're getting down to the end of this thing here. Guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us. We really do. We've been bouncing anywhere from 60 to 90 people on here, and we really do appreciate that. That's huge for a scrimmage game, and first time we've ever done this, so we appreciate the support. And, again, this Bobcat crowd, I'm looking down here, pretty good numbers for a scrimmage game that's almost 2 hours away in the middle of the week again. Keep in mind that, too. 4 wide, tailback to his right side. Gutierrez looking to pass to the right side. Seam route. Oh, he caught it. That is Bryden Hewitt. Came back to the football. Great catch. Wow. Right up the middle, right up the seam there. We're going to take another look at this. Gutierrez just gets it off. He hangs in there. Bryden Hewitt comes back to the football. Great play right there. The guts from Gutierrez to hang in there and take the shot knowing it's coming. folks, that'll be it from Salem, Arkansas. Normally we would stay on here a little bit longer, but we're gonna get out of here, get all these guys here, and they got a lot of stuff they got to unpack here. So we appreciate y'all guys tuning in with us live here. This Friday, if you can be there, please be there. Coach's Show, Treading New Roads with Coach Larry Treadway, live from Parkview Restaurant at 6:30. That's okay if you can't be there, because we're going to be there live streaming it again like this. Again, thank you guys. This has been Bobcat Football, brought to you by the Corning Sports Report. Good night, everybody.